Try? Okay. Real, third time's the charm. Good morning. And welcome to Allen Avenue Unitarian Universalist Church. Whether today is your first time here or you've been coming for years, we're so glad you're with us. My name is Caroline Marsden, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm serving as this morning's worship associate. We are a growing community that transforms lives through the power of love. Our mission calls us to celebrate diversity, encourage spiritual growth, and promote social responsibility while we travel on and care for the earth. A special welcome to those at home who are joining us on Zoom today. If you're attending for the first time, please fill out the welcome card on our website so we can get to know you. This morning is a UU Pulpit Swap Sunday. Rev Tara is preaching at the First Universalist Church of Yarmouth, and Yarmouth UU's minister, Rev Hillary Collins-Gilpatrick, is here with us. Rev Hillary, she, her pronouns, is a lifelong Mainer and has been serving First U in Yarmouth since 2020. Prior to that, she served congregations in the Boston and DC areas, taught high school, and worked on organic farms. She's a graduate of Smith College and Harvard Divinity School. While she appreciates, studies, and respects all faiths, Rev Hillary's personal beliefs are rooted primarily in Buddhism, a religion she has practiced since childhood. Let's give Rev Hillary a warm A2U2 welcome. All right, beautiful weather for announcements, so here we go. First, call to action for those who live in Portland. The Portland Public Library workers are sort of campaigning for a livable increase to their budget wages this year. There is a Portland City Hall meeting tomorrow, Monday, June 1st at 5 p.m. If you'd like to go and support the public library workers, please show up and wear red. There are a couple postcards at the front, the table at the front foyer if you want to learn more. On next Saturday, I'm trying to think about the dates, I think next Saturday, June 6th, there is a free Pride Month screening of the film Heightened Scrutiny. This is co-sponsored by A2U2, so we're hoping to have a good turnout from the congregation. It is on Casco Street. There's a flyer again out front, and if you want more information, talk to John Howard or Jill Hoffmeister. Please join us in person if you can for our annual meeting right after service next Sunday, June 7th. We'll elect officers, approve our budget for the year, and appreciate all those who keep our church running and vibrant. Definitely hope to see you all next week. The worship committee still has one open spot for summer services in August, so if you're interested, see Erica Bartlett today. And finally, most immediately actionable, join us today after the service for a brunch hosted by the Brunch Bunch. The more the merrier. Celeste informs me there is plenty of food, so stick around. Now we invite you all to take this opportunity to silence your phones so that we can be fully present to one another. After the service, those on Zoom may stay on and connect with one another. And those here in person are invited to stay for the all-church potluck lunch. And now let us center our hearts and minds with the sound of the singing bowl.
Good morning. How are you? Sunny out for the minutes. How about that? It's really nice to meet you. Thanks so much for welcoming me today on Pulpit Swap Sunday. I am Reverend Hillary. I serve as the minister up the road at First Universalist Church in Yarmouth, where your and my dear friend, Reverend Tara, is currently leading a service. Actually, not quite. We start at 10:30 up there. It's nice to have slightly lazier morning, another sip of coffee, but it's good. I am so happy to share this morning with you all in this bright sanctuary. I've never preached here before, but I've been in this room on many occasions, and it's so nice to just look out at that tree as you take some breaths in this peaceful space. Today, through story, song, poetry, imagining, and a teaching or two from the Buddhist tradition, we will consider the practice of being alive. That is, of rolling with the punches of life and staying steady through them. Or rather, let's be honest here, freaking out through the punches of life and doing our best to try to pull ourselves back together every single day. And to pull us right into the here and now, our call to worship this morning is a poem by the wonderful, the radical, and the very weird poet and artist James Broughton. It is titled, "This Is It." This is it, and you are it, and I am it, and so is that. And he is it, and she is it, and it is it, and that is that. Oh, it is this, and it is thus, and it is them, and it is us, and it is now, and here it is, and here we are. So this is it. Good morning, my new friends. This is it. Here it is. How good to share this moment together. Before we light our chalice, let's turn to our neighbors now and wish them a good morning. A happy last day of May. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As we light our chalice in the sanctuary this morning, those joining on Zoom are invited to light a chalice or a candle near you to connect with us, to connect us more deeply with one another. And when we light our chalice in a moment here, I invite you to join me in the blessing we say up at First U Yarmouth every time we light the symbol of our faith. It is simple and straightforward. I promise you're going to get it on the first go. It goes like this. We light our chalice in peace and friendship. Shall I say it again, or did you get it? We light our chalice in peace and friendship. All right, as Caroline lights our chalice, will you say this blessing with me now? We light our chalice in peace and friendship. May it be so, and may it be always. Thanks, Caroline. And will you rise, my friends, in body and spirit, and join in singing our opening hymn, number 126, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. imagine something. Let's imagine an ice cream sundae. Okay, what's happening as we are imagining this ice cream sundae? Salivating. Okay, we're having a physical reaction to it. What else? You can see a picture. What does it look like, this ice cream sundae? It looks like yum. Hot fudge. Whipped cream. A cherry on top. Fudge. Is it what kind of ice cream? Dripping all over you ice cream. Okay. So it's elicited some emotions from us. It's elicited, can we taste it? Sweet. It's cold. Creamy. Oh, God. And we can see it. What colors is it? White, brown, red. Is pistachio ice cream maybe? So it's a little green. Okay, so it's physical. We can see it. We can taste it. It's giving us emotional response. Great. Okay, so you all seem to be pretty good at imagining things. Well, ice cream. All right, I'm going to give you a trickier one now. Imagine the world you want to live in. Take a beat. Imagine the world you want to live in. What does it look like? Joyful, love, kind. Everyone has what they need. Diverse. Laughter. Oh, can hear. Connection. Peaceful. A wise government. It's green. Yeah, tell me more what it looks like. Clean air and clean water. Bountiful food. Hummingbirds. Did I hear baseball? Okay, yeah. People caring for each other. Are there animals? Oh, yes. Are there flowers? Oh, yes. Lots of flowers. Are there mosquitoes? What's valued in the world you want to live in? Good health, kindness, honesty, music, peace, generosity, empathy and justice, nature and laughter. God, this world sounds awesome. Truth. Ice cream sundaes are definitely valued. All right, in the world you're imagining that you want to live in, how do you treat other people? Say again? Softly. Respectfully. Courteous. Patient. Kind. As we should be treated. Compassion. How does it feel to treat people this way? Feels good, it feels safe, relaxing, joyful. How are they treating you? The same. How does it feel to be treated this way? Wonderful, affirming, soothing, warm. All right, my friends, we're just going to take a minute of being quiet. we have imagined such a rich, vivid, wonderful, beautiful world that we want to live in. Let's just hold that vision in our minds as best you can. And see if you can just fill your whole body, your whole being with the sensations of living in that world. Believe it or not, what we are doing right now is we are praying. And so whatever wonderful, peaceful, beautiful vision you have of this world you want to live in, just send that out. Take a breath in, fill yourself with it, and then take a breath out, releasing it as though it was a beam of golden light into the world. Let it be so. Your practice today and maybe tomorrow, if you remember, is to envision the world you want to live in and beam it out. May it be so.
In a few moments, some of us will go to RE, where we will beam out our rainbow beams as we learn about Pride, the history of Pride, and the history of the Pride flag and its evolution. But first, I invite our lamplighter, Calvin, to join me in the pulpit. The lamplighter is entrusted to transfer the light of the sanctuary chalice to the lamp and then go forth to RE spaces where they will light the chalices there. I invite those going to religious education to follow the lamplighter as we carry the flame slowly, expanding our sacred space.
Now is the time in our service where we engage in the spiritual practice of generosity. Our gifts support the ministries of this congregation and our work in the broader community. Each week, 1/3 of our offering is given away to a local nonprofit organization doing work to advance our shared values in the world. This month's Share the Plate recipient is Youth and Family Outreach, who provides early care and education programs for children aged 6 weeks to 5 years to allow their caregivers to complete their education and join the workforce. Their mission is to break the cycle of poverty and prepare children for success in school and beyond. Donations can be made now as the basket is passed through the donate button on our website, or if you are a member on Breeze, remembering to make note that your gift is for Share the Plate. If you are visiting us for the first time this morning, please know that your presence is your gift to us. At this time, our offering will be collected and gratefully received.
Our reading this morning is by the Irish poet, theologian, and restorative justice organizer, Padraig O'Toma. I share his poem, How to Be Alone. It all begins with knowing nothing lasts forever. So you might as well start packing now. In the meantime, practice being alive. There will be a party where you'll feel like no one's paying you attention. And there will be a party where attention's all you get. What you need to do is to remember to talk to yourself between these parties. And again, there will be a day, a decade, where you won't fit in with your body, even though you're in the only body you're in. You need to control your habit of forgetting to breathe. Remember when you were younger and you practiced kissing on your arm? You were on to something then. Sometimes harm knows its own healing. Comfort knows its own intelligence. Kindness too. It needs no reason. There is a you telling you another story of you. Listen to her. Where do you feel anxiety in your body? The chest, the fist, the dream before waking, the head that feels like it's at the top of the swing, or the clutch of gut, like falling and falling and falling and falling. It knows something, your body. You're dying. Try to stay alive. For now, touch yourself. I'm serious. Touch yourself. take your hand and place your hand someplace upon your body and listen to the community of madness that you are. You are such an interesting conversation. You belong here. Once upon a time, on a beautiful Monday in May, as is often the case on my day off, I went for a hike. It was a rare, perfect spring day in northern New England. The sky was a deep blue, the clouds puffy white, the breeze cool and soft, temperature perfect. And as I drove out to western Maine with my dog, Tizzy, I was content. Doing a thing I loved in a place I loved with someone I love. What's not to love? And given the loveliness of the day, I chose a longer trail, about 8 miles round trip. And in the midst of our ascent, I had no qualms whatsoever about how I had opted to spend my day. When we made it to the summit, about 4 miles up, I found a comfy spot to sit and dropped Tizzy's leash so she could lie down next to me and we could split the picnic I'd packed for us. And as I took off my pack to pull out the snacks, I saw, out of the corner of my eye, something moving in the nearby brush. And Tizzy saw it too. In fact, she saw it first. And quickly, she rose to her feet to check it out. Oh, no, Tizzy, no. I lunged toward my dog, but it was too late. She'd already pounced on the unsuspecting but well-prepared porcupine. I grabbed her by the harness and yanked her away, quills flying left and right as the perfectly fine porcupine scurried off. I bent down to assess the damage and saw my beloved friend with a face and chest full of bloody spikes. And folks, I hate to break it to you, but your mindful minister here, she lost it. Expletives were flying out of my mouth like more porcupine quills, along with whys. And are you kidding me? Tizzy, we were having such a nice day. Millennial that I am, once I regained a semblance of a center, pulled out my phone and Googled dog porcupine help. Don't pull the quills out yourself and get the dog to a vet were my primary directives. I proceeded to Google local vets and call them one after another. No openings, sorry we close early on Mondays, go to the emergency vet, hours away. All this, I remind you, while holding on to my dog who was fiercely rearing and yelping next to me. Finally, I managed to get a hold of a vet 25 minutes from the bottom of the mountain who could see us at 2 o'clock. It was about 12:30. Now, we just had to get to the bottom of the mountain, 4 miles down, in an hour. Okay, Tizzy, we gotta go. I released my grasp on her harness, held the end of her leash, and began my descent only to have my arm yanked taut behind me. Tizzy had statued, frozen completely still. She looked at me defiantly. I wonder what her narrative of the situation was. In her mind, was this my fault? Tizzy, let's go. You need to come. Come here. Nothing. She turned her head. A calming signal, sure, but she did it with an attitude. Seriously? We have to go. Not budging. I took a deep breath, grasped my face with my hand, and did the only thing I could think to do. I scooped my 65-pound greyhound up in my arms, being careful to keep her prickly face away from mine, and began a wobbly but steady descent down the mountain. I carried Tizzy for about 3 minutes before I had to put her down, at which point she statued, frozen again. I shouted firmly for her to come and started running down the mountain in front of her, thinking she'd follow. Nothing. I took a deep breath, hiked back up to her, and scooped her again. It continued this way for about a mile before my legs became too wobbly, my arms too shaky, and the near misses of breaking my ankle far too frequent. I sat Tizzy down, my voice hoarse from shouting, my pulse visibly pounding. I looked at my poor friend, trembling, drooling, bleeding. I hated seeing her this way. I wanted to fix it. And so I did, again, the only thing that made sense in the moment. I sat down on the ground and cried. It had been well over an hour since we left the summit. The sun had sunk in the sky, and the air was colder now, the shadows longer. We'd missed our appointment at the vet. The task ahead felt impossible. I looked at Tizzy. Please come with me. This is for you. I stood up and she looked away. Tizzy, for the love of God, let's go. Nothing. I took a deep breath again, relaxed my shoulders, wiped my eyes. Hey, Tizzy, you're a good girl. Tizzy, you're such a good girl. I love you so much. What a good girl. My friend, she looked at me. Oh, what a good girl. Such a good girl. Tizzy, let's go. Do you want to? Let's go. The dog took a step toward me. Such a good girl. Let's go. And we started to walk. We started to walk together. And then this very good girl and this guy, we started to run together down the mountain. And we ran pretty much the rest of the way. My knees throbbing, my hamstrings burning, but my mind somewhat relieved. Tizzy did statue again here and there, and at one point, yes, she veered off the path to chase a squirrel. Greyhound's gonna greyhound. But all it took to get us back on track again were some gentle, kind, and calming words. We made it at last to the bottom of the mountain and hopped in the car. I figured we might as well go to that vet and see if once they saw the pitiful sight that we were, they would help us out of the goodness of their hearts. And miraculously, when we arrived, they'd had 2 cancellations and their schedule was wide open. 2 hours later, Tizzy was quill-free, quite sedated, and we were splitting a soft serve ice cream, headed home. And everyone lived happily ever after. The end. If only. She got porcupined again 2 years later. Imagine the world you want to live in. What does it look like? What's valued there? How do you treat other people? How do they treat you? What does that feel like? It's taught that there are 5 tenets a Buddhist must remain conscious of each day. They're called the 5 remembrances. And if you're one of those serious Buddhist types, upon waking every morning, they are the first things you remember. The 5 remembrances go like this. Number 1, I am of the nature to grow old. There's no way to escape growing old. Number 2, I'm of the nature to have ill health. There's no way to escape having ill health. Number 3, I'm of the nature to die. There's no way to escape death. Number 4, all that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There's no way to escape being separated from them. And number 5, my actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. One of the most common critiques I hear of Buddhism is that it's a rather pessimistic religion. And sure, these 5 statements, albeit true, are indeed a bit of a bummer. But what about that last one, though? Number 5, my actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. Friends, despite decades of trying, I am not one of those serious Buddhist types. However, I have, as of late, been trying in the midst of everything to remember the 5 remembrances, especially number 5. And what I find when I keep that one close at hand, top of heart, and centered in my mind is that it tracks, but I need to change one word of it because everything is of the nature of change. Instead of using the word actions, I swap in reactions. Because let's be honest, rarely are we the originators of an action. Anybody been feeling impacted lately by somebody else's decisions? Be they porcupine related or, I don't know, somebody else related? It's pretty darn easy to feel pretty darn helpless in the face of so much that is being done to others, being done to us, being done to those far away and those right here, right now. But that's where this 5th remembrance can, I find, be a method of empowerment, of agency, of, if nothing else, something that might take the edge off of things. My reactions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my reactions. My reactions are the ground upon which I stand. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I'm talking about. It's so obvious, right? Everything. The good, the bad, the utterly cruel, the mind-bogglingly brave, the lovingly kind, the completely oblivious is all created, sustained, or derailed by reactions, by how we react to fear, react to hatred, to pain, to love, to care, to joy, to power, to porcupines and dogs who pounce on porcupines. Remember when you were younger and you practiced kissing on your arm? You were onto something then. Sometimes harm knows its own healing. Comfort knows its own intelligence. Kindness too. There is a you telling you another story of you. One of the ways Buddhist practices have proliferated in the West is through the concept of mindfulness. Anybody in here ever heard of mindfulness? Yeah. Which is great. Being mindful, returning to the present moment and bringing your attention to what's right here, right now, never a bad thing. Mindfulness, though, has come to be seen mainly as like this therapeutic thing, though. A way to pause and take a deep, refreshing breath, clear the clouds of thoughts from your mind and find that clear blue sky of inner peace that's there all the time if you look for it. And sure, mindfulness can be that, but my friends, mindfulness is not dissociative. It should not evacuate you from the suffering or joy at hand. Rather, mindfulness is about coming to and getting a grip on how you are reacting to what's at hand. It's a powerful practice of awareness, self-control, and care. Care because when we practice mindfulness, we offer ourselves a choice as to whether or not we are going to compound suffering with more suffering or relieve suffering by reacting to it with something else. Something perhaps that we feel and want and need when we imagine the world we want to live in, or the world that someone who is suffering, for instance, a porcupine dog, wants to live in. This is hard stuff. It's hard stuff. I think it might be the practice of being alive. And this is why Buddhists believe in reincarnation. It takes many lives to pull it off. We are not always going to remember to be mindful of our reactions. We are not always going to be able to compose ourselves and do the right thing. But if nothing else, we can try to remember on occasion that our reactions are our only true belongings. They form the ground upon which we stand, aka they create the world that we live in. Let's try to remember. I mean, why not? What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose by trying? Because this is it, my friends. You are it, and I am it, and it is now, and here it is. And here we are. Let's try not to forget. It all begins with knowing that nothing lasts forever. In the meantime, practice being alive. And please, I am telling you, keep an eye out for porcupines along the way. Let it be so, and amen. Our closing hymn is number 1057 in your paperback hymnal, Go Lifted Up. And when you're ready, will you rise in body and spirit and sing along with us? Thank you all again for welcoming me and having me here this morning. It's been lovely to be with you. I look forward to meeting a few folks over a cup of coffee and I guess a brunch this morning. I picked the right Sunday to swap with Tara, huh? After the benediction and extinguishing of our chalice, you're invited to remain seated for a time of reflection as Dale offers the postlude. Thanks, Dale. Friends, will you join me in a time of benediction and prayer? May all beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings experience profound joy and the causes of profound joy. May all of us rejoice in the well-being of others. May all of us be free from hatred and greed so that everybody can get free. And I invite you to join me in the words of the unison benediction that we say up at First U at the close of our services. I'll say the line first. You can decide if you agree with it, and then you can say it back. It's only a few lines, 7 lines, a little bit longer than the chalice lighting. For those who come here seeking God, may God go with you. For those who come embracing life, may life return your affection. For those who come embracing life, may life return your affection. For those who come to seek a path, may a way be found. For those who come to seek a path, may a way be found. And the courage to take it step by step. And the courage to take it step by step. Amen. Let it be so. Go in peace, my friends. The service begins when the service ends. But first, enjoy some music.